All right, so we are privileged to have some key members of Plan Volta Ghana, the brain behind what we've just seen. So I have with me Mr. Prince Solomon Staff, and then I also have with me Dr. David Mensah. He's the project coordinator. Let me start with Mr. Solomon Staff. Quickly tell us about Plan Volta Ghana.
It's Plan Volta Foundation. Plan Volta Foundation is a non-governmental organization which is into social activities, and so that is what we actually do. So we do education program for students, for children. Normally, when we started, we have what we call education ski program, where we go to villages during long vacation. Then we stay in the villages and teach the children so that they don't stray or they will not waste their time. That's what we were doing before we decided to initiate this program to prisoners. So that's when you talk about Plan Volta Foundation, that's what basically I'll talk about.
All right. Dr. Mensah, briefly share with us. In Mr. Solomon's delivery, he made mention that he shared the vision of what we are experiencing now with you. What motivated this particular idea? And secondly, why did you choose the University of Cape Coast?
Yeah, thank you very much. When we met and he shared his vision with me, it was very, laudable. And so I had to translate it into a project document. And then at the end of it, the name Prison Inmate Tertiary Education Program came up, which is PTEP. So that is how we coined the acronym PTEP. And we contacted University of Cape Coast. We had a series of trips to Cape Coast to go have meetings with the then Vice Chancellor and his team. And it took a while, but eventually they were very upbeat about the whole program, and so they embraced it. We approached other universities, I will not want to mention names, but they were simply not interested. Having a vision is one thing, and having somebody understand the vision you have is another thing altogether. So those other universities never understood what we were trying to say. But today, the vision we had has come to materiality, and the whole world is saying University of Cape Coast has won a number of awards as a result of this innovation. And this is what we've been talking about, transforming the lives of prison inmates through education. Now their focus, their vision has been completely changed from what it was before they came into the prison, within the prison walls. And today, their psyche has been completely changed, and they are looking at a new way of life altogether as a result of tertiary education. So for us, this is the joy we had from the beginning when we picked it up. But this is just the beginning of the whole vision. There is so much ahead of us.
Of course, I know with ventures like this, it comes with a lot of challenges. Walk us through, what were some of the challenges you faced, and how did you surmount it, and what vision are you having next from here?
The challenges basically is about funding, and sometimes some of the students also they could not finish the program before they were discharged. It is our duty to integrate them to any of the UCC centers outside. The district education centers outside. What it means is that some of them will not be able to have money to transport themselves to their lectures, so we have to make sure that they do. We have to make sure that we monitor and make sure we go around to ensure that they continue to go to lectures or be on the program. That is one challenge, and I don't have enough human resources to do that, volunteers to do that. And then vehicle for our movement, and that is our challenge. So basically, funds is the challenge, but I thank God that UCC has taken the chunk of the responsibility upon itself to ensure that the program runs. We are supposed to seek finance or funding to run the program. We write letters to people. Some of them are not willing to support. Only Church of Pentecost came in once to support. So that is basically our challenge.
Now, on the issue of funding, in your presentation, you made a mention of the fact that support, especially financially support from the government, has been quite slow. How fast or how soon are you expecting the government to augment the good work that you are doing?
In fact, even today, I expect the government to even call us to make an offer to us today because we say this is phase one of what we are doing. Phase two is to extend it to other selected prison centers and then a comprehensive vocational skills for them. You understand? So those vocational skills, it also means that we need some equipment and other things to be able to train them. And those who have completed now, we need to also assist them to get something to do, national service and other things. We need to help them. All these are something that when government comes in, we'll be so happy because, of course, government has a deeper pocket than individual. If we are saying it ideally it should have been a government project, not an individual or a private project. So we as private organization, we are only augment government effort. So government has to come in to support what we are doing. So when you talk about how soon, the how soon is today.
I was talking to your colleague on issues concerning funding and government involvement, and he has said that he wishes the government could come in today. We're wrapping up the conversation. I want you to have your final comments and then some sort of advice to encourage other inmates and other corporate bodies who would want to come and support this initiative.
Yeah, thank you. There is, a tripartite committee between the three organizations on this project. So at our next committee meeting, we are going to propose that we put together a project proposal to the government. We need to specifically approach the government, get fund, and then, with the, request we have, we can see what they can. But if we just sit behind and say government should come in, it's quite vague and uninviting. So we're going to put a project proposal together and approach the government. Going forward, we also had, like my president said, a package for those who are not academically endowed to also have some form of transformation in here before they are discharged. That has to do with training in skills and other, vocational training. So we're going to, it's